Welcome to Releasing the Identity of Scarcity. This is your identity activation by Recalibrate. For the next few minutes, it's just you and me and releasing of the identity of scarcity. Take a comfortable seat or lie down, and for the next few minutes, allow yourself to activate and release. In this present moment, we are not going to force you into peace or to become positive or to deny your reality. All what we are going to do is for tonight to become aware of something, that there is a difference between experiencing temporary lack and emotionally becoming identified with it. Because many people are not simply experiencing scarcity. They have unconsciously built identity around it. Scarcity of money, scarcity of support, scarcity of love, scarcity of safety, scarcity of time, and scarcity of health, and scarcity of worth. And eventually what happens is that your nervous system starts relating to life through something is always missing. There is never enough. I'm behind. It's harder for me. I have to struggle. I have to carry everything alone. And over the time, that stops feeling like a temporary experience and starts feeling like this is who I am. And if this is you, and this landed for you, take a deep breath in and out. Because tonight is not about pretending your current reality does not exist. My work is not about fake positivity or bypassing responsibility or by delusion. It's about awareness, an awareness of the identity that formed around survival. Because many people learn scarcity emotionally long before money was ever involved. They have scarcity of emotional safety, scarcity of affection, scarcity of reassurance, scarcity of support, or scarcity of being fully seen, scarcity of peace. And what did body do? Adapt it. So now your nervous system become hypervigilant. And hypervigilant as I'm always scanning, I'm always preparing, I'm always caring. I'm always anticipating the next problem or the issue. And eventually what happens is that the body memorized survival as identity. So now even when life improves, the nervous system still expects pressure, lack, collapse, disappointment, struggle. Take a deep breath in and out. Because perhaps the deepest scarcity was never about the money. Perhaps the deepest scarcity for you was about safety. Safety to relax, safety to receive, safety to trust life, safety to stop over-carrying, safety to believe that you will be okay. And tonight, we begin releasing the emotional attachment to scarcity. Not through the force, but through the awareness. So for the moment, I just want you to notice, where have you emotionally identified with lack? Where have you started relating to yourself through, I'm not enough. I'm not there yet. I'm still behind. I'm still struggling, still waiting. Breathe in and breathe out. Because I want you to know this, temporary circumstances are not your identity. So the difficult season is not your identity. A transition is not your identity. A low bank account is not your identity. Heartbreak is not your identity. Uncertainty is not your identity. And yet the nervous system often says, and you say this to me, this is who I am now. But hear me out for a second. But what if it isn't? What if scarcity was simply conditioned state your body adapted to? What if a nervous system learned survival and then mistook it for personality? Because your body has carried pressure for a very long time. Pressure to succeed, pressure to survive, pressure to prove yourself, pressure to hold everything together, pressure to make sure nothing falls apart. And eventually the nervous system begins believing, if I stop carrying everything, something bad will happen. So what does your body do? Grips tighter, pushes harder, monitors more, overthinks more, controls more. And exhaustion becomes your normal. But tonight, you no longer need to carry your entire future on your nervous system. I want you to take a breath in and out. Breathe it into this awareness. You no longer need to carry your entire future on your nervous system. You're allowed to soften without collapsing. You're allowed to rest without failing. You're allowed to trust before all the evidence arrives. And you're allowed to stop emotionally worshipping temporary limitation. Because your current circumstances are not the full truth of your life. They are moments, a season, a chapter, not your identity, and perhaps the version of you are becoming no longer emotionally identifies with lack. Let that land in. So I want you to know that you're still experiencing life, you're still experiencing season, you're experiencing uncertain times sometimes. But you no longer collapse into scarcity every single time reality fluctuates. You no longer say, I'm broken, I'm failing, I'm doomed, there is never enough. Instead, I want you to connect to yourself, to your heart. Grounded, safe, open and available. And from that place, opportunities are seen differently, they move differently, you decide differently, you'll start receiving differently. Because the nervous system is no longer consumed by survival. Because there is a life beyond constantly bracing for struggle. There is a version of you who no longer wakes up emotionally preparing for lack of a fight. And a version of you who trusts herself so deeply. Who trusts life more deeply. Who no longer relates to money through fear. Who no longer relates to success through exhaustion. Hustle, hustle, hustle culture. No. There's a version of you who no longer relates to love through abandonment of yourself. You don't abandon yourself for love. There's a version of you who no longer believes, I must struggle to deserve. I must earn to deserve. And tonight, I want you to become available for that version of you. Not through the force, but through release. Releasing the old identity. Release the old emotional attachments. And release the belief that scarcity is who you are. Breathe it in and out. You are not lack you experienced. You are not the fear you memorized. You are not the survival identity you built to protect yourself. You have something so much more deeper than that. And perhaps for the first time in a long time, your nervous system can stop rehearsing the struggle and start allowing yourself support. Support from life, support from opportunities, support from people, and support from abundance, support from peace. Because you no longer need to emotionally identify with scarcity in order to survive. Breathe in deeper now. And quietly repeat within yourself, I release the identity of scarcity. Repeat it. I release the identity of scarcity. I release the belief that something is always missing. Repeat it. I release the emotional attachment to struggle. Repeat it. I no longer make temporarily circumstances become who I am. Repeat it. This is the promises which you make into yourself. And I want you to say this. I'm safe to receive. I'm safe to trust. I'm safe to expand, and I'm safe to soften. And I'm safe to experience the life without becoming consumed by fear. And maybe write them down on a post-it note and put it next to your laptop or on a mirror in the bathroom. This one's where I say, I'm safe to receive, I'm safe to trust, and I'm safe to expand, and I'm safe to soften. I'm safe to experience life without becoming consumed by the fear. And I want you to now allow your body to feel that, not as a performance, but as your truth. As your absolutely truth. Because this is the decision that you're making within yourself and making a promise to yourself. So take a deep breath in and out. And say this with me. So it is, and so it is. We are releasing the identity of scarcity which doesn't belong to you anymore. And listen to this as many times as you need to save it up. And remember, the limits don't exist.